Reverend, I just want to thank you for joining us this evening. Welcome to Pushing Boundaries.
Thank you so much for having me tonight. I've been looking forward to coming.
Fantastic. Right, we're going to have a conversation with the Reverend. If you want to participate, please send us your voice notes or call 067-153-1089. This is just not the conversation between me and the Reverend, but it's a conversation that affects you at home, and we want to hear your thoughts. Send us your voice note to 067-153-1089. Now, you might be maybe on Twitter or on X. You can send me that tweet at Kustas M. Kustas is K-H-U. Kustas M. And of course, let's hear what your thoughts. Reverend, the ACDP last week released a statement. I must say, I do appreciate how you framed it, and that you laid a complaint with the Human Rights Commission out of the podcast from the Open Chat Secret Podcasts. Tell us, why is it that you found this, you laid that complaint of hate speech as opposed to racism? So a lot of people talk about racism, but your framing right at the beginning, it says hate speech. Why?
Well, it is what we believe.
Yes.
Not necessarily racism, a bit of that, but more hateful. That statement was very hateful, and no one can defend what was said convincingly, because when a person accuses another race in South Africa of sleeping around with cousins, uncles, and whoever, and say this is what defines you, that has to be condemned, and that's what we did as the ACDP. That to say that the colors are like that, it's like, even if one other person can say the Tswanas are like that, the Tswanas are like that,
yes,
or the Xhosas are like that, I mean, it is wrong. In a country with our background, the kind
yes,
of background we had, where we didn't care about the feelings of other people, where we stepped down on other people, where we dehumanized other people, we are in an age where we need reconciliation. We are in an age where we should be working together to build a true, beautiful, healthy, and prosperous South Africa. It cannot be done by one group of people while we chuck others out, condemn others, dehumanize others. We can't do that. South Africa needs every person, every South African to do their part to build this country, because we have the potential as South Africa to be the most prosperous and peaceful nation in the world. We have that potential. And for us to be able to do that, we need to choose to respect each other, treat each other with respect, and talk about each other also with respect.
You mentioned a key word, reconciliation. How is it possible that in 2025, Reverend, we still have pockets of racism in this country 30 years after democracy?
The unfortunate thing is that we tend to defend our friends, we tend to defend other people. And when also a government defends others, or even the judiciary, because I am known to be disagreeing with the decision of the Constitutional Court that singing a struggle song, kill the Boer, kill the farmer, is not racism. It's okay. It can be used because it was used in the struggle. You cannot talk about killing and build reconciliation at the same time. You cannot talk about reconciliation. You cannot talk about oneness, let's build together, make one nation out of different diversities. You can't do that successfully when you defend those who use the language of killing. Look at what happens even in the house situation. In the home, you talk about killing. You will have unending tensions. If you want to build, you have to choose what you want. You have to choose what you want. You cannot talk about killing and at the same time talk about let's come together and build a nation together. Reconciliation, I believe, is something we lack, and it's sad to see that what the late Nelson Mandela was promoting, was pushing, and was living for, is being disregarded by the now generation. The people who think Mandela made a mistake, because some people are saying he made a mistake. Okay, and I disagree with them. If he didn't do what he did and take the route of reconciliation, promote that message, talk about nation building, we could have become what Rwanda was in 1994.
That's right.
Okay, we could have become what Rwanda was, but we are vetted. If you remember that there were many journalists who came to South Africa, some with cameras. Big, those days we were using big cameras, okay, not the small ones today, big cameras. Now she's using a small one, okay? They were using big cameras, okay? And some of them said they were in South Africa to video blood that would be flowing in the streets. Some came with that mindset, okay, videoing blood. But the first important thing that happened there, that ensure that it does not happen. Even Sangomas, I'm told, were going to church to pray. Communists, everybody, churches were full. Nobody those days, and they become embarrassed when I say that. Nobody those days was saying, let's go to Abapansi. Let's also try the ancestors.
They were going to church.
All of them were going to church. All of them were going to church. Now that the Lord has helped us to cross that river, now people are saying, reconciliation, it's not necessary, and all that. We can show these whiteys. We can build without them. I'm saying South Africa needs everybody. Whiteys, blackies, brownies, and whatever you want to call them. We need them all. So for South Africa, that I pray for. It has to be a winning nation where everybody feels they are part of the country. Everybody feels needed and wanted in this beautiful country. Otherwise, we are going to turn our guns against each other if we have guns.
Now, Reverend, I'm absolutely impressed with what you are saying. However, we see in this generation wounds being opened up, right? And we see the Constitutional Court truly said that song, for instance, you can sing it how you want it. Are we at the point where we need political leadership? Do we have political leadership that is strong enough to bring things back to, call it, to a point where at the center we were united, or we're at the point where the politics itself are so bad that they no longer seek unity, like you spoke about, like Mandela looked up forward to. So are you now suggesting that, or maybe put it this way, do we have the political will to unite this country?
I'm not sure with everybody, but there are people with a political will. And one of the best way of knowing whether people have that will or not is to listen to what comes out of their mouths. Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart,
mouth speaks.
The mouth speaks. So it's one thing for them to say, now when they are on a political platform maybe, or when they are with people who are called the moderates, okay, or church people who don't like violence. No, we all love this country, we want to build this country, but when they are with the radicals, then they change their story. Now, people like ourselves, like me, for example, what I say in the studio is what I will say on a political platform, is what I will say in the church, is what I will say in Parliament. I do not change my story. I do not change what I say, because I believe what I say is even scripturally correct. Not politically correct. While many people want to be politically correct, political correctness does not build nations.
Political correctness doesn't build nations?
No, not political correctness. Okay? Because political correctness will cause you to say things that you'd otherwise not say.
Ooh, Bishop.
You don't want to be criticized. You are not strong enough to can stand for your convictions.
Bishop, here's a question for you. You laid out the criminal the complaint against these boys. What do you expect the SHRC to do, the Human Rights Commission, to these boys? I'm getting to this point that says, say what you mean what you say. Don't be politically correct. You have laid now that thing. What do you expect from them?
Well, two possible scenarios.
Yes, sir.
If they want to be politically correct, they will say the Constitutional Court has stated that it is okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to be truthful,
yes,
they will say you cannot build and kill at the same time.
Now, here's a question for you. McKenzie is in the same boat like these boys. He has got racist tweets far back as 2013, 2015, take your pick. Has the SADP laid a hate speech against Gayton McKenzie?
You know, the interesting thing is, that I was gone the whole of last week.
Yes.
I was in a place where I did not have access to
technology,
TV.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So when I came back and I heard about this,
yes,
I said, no, this is wrong. The first opportunity I get, I'm going to say, this thing is wrong. This, even though I heard him defending what he said.
Yes, he defended what he said.
Yeah, he defended what he said.
Which is wrong.
It's wrong, and it's hurtful.
Yeah.
And I want to say to whoever can have his hearing as soon as is practically possible.
Yes.
But I will also say to him when I meet him,
yeah,
okay, that the medicine he prescribed for Kenny Kunene is a very good medicine that he must drink himself.
Yes.
Yeah. He said Kenny must step down while investigations are made. Okay? Now he said that he has never said to anybody that he used a K-word. He never used a K-word against a person.
Yes.
Okay, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Okay, but because he agrees that the K-word hurts, let him drink that medicine while we investigate.
Now, is the ACDP going to lay a complaint at ACRC like you did last week?
We'll do that. Yes, sir.
Now, I like that.
No, definitely.
Not just political correctness. Now, I wanted to move, as we move further, Bishop, also Reverend. Now, here, what should Parliament do with Gayton McKenzie? Because I believe Gayton McKenzie has violated some of those rules.
Well, sure.
Yes. Because there is a specific conduct that is expected from the ministers as a member of Parliament. What maybe would the ACDP say the Parliament
ACDP will say, Gayton McKenzie has made it easy for us all.
Yeah.
By coming up with medicine.
Yes.
That he gave to Kenneth Meshoe. So let Parliament also advise him to drink that medicine and step down while investigations are made. As easy as that, all right? Okay. Yeah. And that's what I will say to him. I said, brother, I heard that you say you are apologetic.
Yes.
Okay? Some people are questioning your apology. Some are saying you are not honest. Now, I don't want to judge that, but I'm saying the best thing is drink your own medicine. Yeah. And people will say, this man is honest, this man, we can trust him because his solution for others is applied to himself for the mistakes that he made.
Now, before I let you go, tell us about the preparations for the SADP in terms of local government elections. How far are you?
Well, we are on track.
Yes.
Let me put it that way. We are on track. An important thing that is a motivator for the ACDP is that, you know that the DA is pushing for a threshold.
Yes.
2% threshold.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah. And then obviously ANC is leaner, ANC is softer, it says 1%, but DA is 2%. Yes. So whether it's 1%, 2% or 5%, ACDP will be ready. So that's a motivation for us. That even those who were, go kekeleza, the lazy ones who are not doing anything.
Yes.
We say, if you want to see the ACDP there and you want the ACDP to help bring about stability and reconciliation in South Africa, then do your share. Let's make sure that the message of the ACDP, the message of peace and harmony is driven throughout all corners of South Africa.
Now, what is the message of encouragement to people who were hurt by Gayton McKenzie, who were hurt by those kids' comments? What message do you have to say to them as they are probably angry and sad?
We all have choices. I was hurt as a black man. Members of my family were hurt as black people. But we made a choice. And I encourage people to make a choice. That even though you are hurt, work at that hurt so that you overcome it. Because if you don't overcome it, it might turn into bitterness and hatred. And we don't want to walk around with hatred in our hearts, because we want to help solve the problems of South Africa. We want to help build a beautiful South Africa. You know, whenever I travel, go to America, that many people are speaking so highly about, when I come back, I say, beautiful, wonderful. We have a beautiful country. I love this country. I would like this country to be the most peaceful, prosperous among nations of the world.
Yes.
And that will become a model of reconciliation. We have come from so far apart.
Yes.
But now we have come together, worked together, put our anger aside, put our weapons aside, and said, give me garden tools, give me building tools, let's build together and make this country a winning nation. And I believe it's possible, and it's going to happen.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, that was Reverend Kenneth Meshoe of the ACDP. Reverend, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I absolutely appreciate your words of encouragement in a country that needs them. And I know you're still going to come back to
Yes,
the
sir.
show.
Yes, sir.
And thank you so much for joining us
Bless
tonight.
you, sir. Thank you very much for having me.